So in light of the prophetic word that I released this week, where Jesus is intentional in pulling people up out by the roots of toxic environments and placing them in healthier ones, I have to share that the biggest red flag that you are in either a toxic relationship or a toxic environment or toxic job is being a victim of abuse. It's hard to identify abuse when it comes in the form of psychological abuse, emotional abuse, or even financial abuse. It's easy to know what physical abuse is because that can land you in a hospital. It can show marks on your body. But these other abuses that are not often talked about, though I do think that they're being talked about more and more, don't show similar signs that a person has endured them. You'll see signs in a different way that someone has been abused emotionally or verbally. So I want to talk today, given definition of these other types of abuse, because they are just as damaging to a person's heart and soul, and definitely to the mind, and they can cause mental health issues in individuals and really lead people to feeling hopeless and in despair if they feel stuck in a certain situation or environment that is so unhealthy towards them. I have some notes on my phone so that I could do this well. Let me give you my online sources. verywellmind.com and psychologytoday.com, as well as healthyplace.com, has helped me find definitions of these different types of abuse to help us figure out if we are struggling with that or being a victim of it. Emotional and or psychological abuse is going to be a consistent pattern of abusive words, verbal abuse, bullying behaviors that wear down a person's self-esteem and undermine their mental health. The goal is to control the abused by discrediting, isolating, and silencing them. It involves controlling by using emotions to criticize, embarrass, shame, blame, and manipulate. Fear is instilled in the victim in order to control. The abuser will insult and humiliate their victim. They will cause the victim to distort their own reality because the victim will internalize the abuse. You're going to have name calling, being yelled at, being insulted, being threatened, being mocked, being intimidated. The abuser will swear at their victims. They will be ignored, given the silent treatment a lot. They will be made to feel isolated. Extreme jealousy can be involved. There will be accusations and paranoia from the abuser to the victim. There's also constant criticism. No boundaries are allowed to be had by the victim if they are being abused. And then there is also gaslighting. Then you have financial abuse, where the abuser controls the victim through withholding financial means. And some abusers will even not allow their victims to have a life outside of that relationship. They'll keep them from socializing, keep them only to themselves. So there's a lot of control, a lot of manipulation, a lot of putting fear in the hearts of the person that they're trying to control. And sometimes that is a huge reason why a lot of victims of abuse refuse to walk away, because that fear holds them in place. They're afraid that if they do try to escape or move on with their lives, that the abuser will come back and treat them worse. You're gonna know if you're enduring these types of abuses that don't have the physical marks that are left on your body, but there are marks that are left on your heart and on your soul. And oftentimes victims feel stuck. They feel stuck. They feel like they can't change their situation. They can't pull out of this relationship. They have to stay in the relationship. But I want you to know that you don't. You have permission to walk away from anyone that's bringing abuse into your life. You have permission to take care of yourself, to protect yourself, and to find resources you need to be delivered out of that relationship or environment. Don't lie to yourself and convince yourself that this is your lot in life and you have to deal with it. That you're the only one that can put up with this individual, and so you're gonna stay and put up with them. Like, don't believe those messages and those lies. So the question is, should you stay in this toxic environment, toxic relationship, or should you leave? The Lord will tell you what you need to do. I'm not telling you what to do. This is something that you have to figure out for yourself. If it's something that you know is destroying you on the inside, that you don't have hope for the future, you don't have joy in your life because of this relationship or environment you feel stuck in, it's still your choice to stay in it or not. But the Lord will reveal to you if you need to not stay in it. He will show you that. And if you have to endure it, he will also show you how to endure it. There are ways to endure it. It's hard. And that's a whole nother topic. And I'm not going to touch on that in this video today. But I do encourage you to lean into the Lord and to let him speak to your heart about this. It's not a light matter where you just make a decision today, pack up tomorrow and leave. Like, it's a very heavy decision. And I'm going to share a video soon about my decision to leave a toxic relationship in order to help you discover what you need to do for yourself. I didn't want this to be a long video, but it might be a long video, and my apologies for that. But I'm going to leave that there, and may the Lord bless you and lead your steps to safe environments. Love you guys. Bye.